Canada's podcast. We talk sports.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Canadian sports. I figured we might as well start one episode with that.
I guess.
Hilarious.
I actually legit forgot about that. And then you just brought it up. And now I'm sad.
Welcome to Canada's podcast, episode 27.
Hi.
With 27, I'm 27 years old, so this is why this is the song. This is a song episode.
Okay.
I'm going with it. I don't care. Anyways, everybody, thank you very much for listening, for tuning into the podcast today. Typically me, Victor, and Celso here.
Hi.
Yeah, and today there are a lot of stuff to talk about, and we'll go pretty quick because, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We don't want to make this too long of an episode, so we'll start with soccer as per usual. We'll go to basketball for sure, baseball, and we'll finish off with some hockey. Maybe we'll throw in some tennis or golf. There's one Canadian tennis player that's doing decent this week. But anyways, let's start with soccer. So the big news this week from the world of football or soccer. Bayern Munich clinches the German title. Big deal, as we have a Canadian, Alphonso Davies.
Won their 10th title.
Their 10th title. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, eh?
Yeah.
How many in the row have they won? Like 4 or 5 now, I think. Because Dortmund last won it when Klopp was there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like 5 or 6.
It's like, yeah, around there.
So that was a big one. So yeah, Davies gets to get another title. I don't know, like they're out of the Champions League, unfortunately, so that's not going to be one there. I think are they still in the German Super Cup or something? That could be a thing. But he's had some big games for them recently. Unfortunately, again, with them getting out of the Champions League, there's a little bit of hate in regards to that. But you know what? Whatever.
I think for Bayern, I think they won their 32nd or German league. No, that's different, right? The
Bundesliga title, 32nd makes sense because it's been up for such a long time. I think
it's 10th in a row.
Okay, maybe it could be. All I know is that Borussia Dortmund won one year when Jurgen Klopp was there, and it wasn't. I didn't feel it was that long ago, but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, Bayern Munich is dominating, man.
Bayern Munich is just doing Bayern Munich things.
Yeah, typical stuff. So, and then another one, a little bit of sad news, I guess, because the Canadian was last year. Jonathan David and his Lille OSC team won the French league, and now this year, Messi and PSG win the French league. So, Lille did not have a good season. Although individually, Jonathan David had a spectacular season for them. Really, really, really solid. We've already mentioned where we think, in a previous episode, where we think he'll land. I think mine changes a little bit because, Chelsea is no longer a viable option. I thought he was going to go to Chelsea, someone like them. But
you did mention, like, Bayern maybe.
Yeah, I said Bayern too. Yeah, I was looking at so One Soccer has like this footy episode as well, similar to what we have, and they were mentioning that Alphonso Davies might actually be moving as well to PSG. He says, which I don't know why he would do that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why he would. I think
if you have an opportunity,
Bayern is a better team.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have an opportunity to bring in Jonathan David, why not keep teammates?
Well, exactly right.
Teammates together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially since Lewandowski is like planning on leaving too, right?
So, yeah, well, Lewandowski's pretty much gone.
Yeah, so
right,
why not bring in?
Jonathan David would be probably one of the best strikers in that league because Erling Haaland has also left, and he signed a monstrosity of a deal for Manchester City. Did you hear that?
No.
£500,000 a week.
£500,000.
£500,000 a week contract for Erling Haaland. That is just playing salary. Isn't that just absurd?
That's crazy.
Absurd. I don't know, man.
I was just looking at you just because you always say monstrosity. I think that's your favorite word.
That's one. That's up there. That and idiot.
That's true too.
Because I watch a lot of refs, so. But, you know what? No, I want to make a good comment about the refs actually. So let's switch to baseball really quick. Then there's nothing really much else to talk about hockey or soccer. There was a game that was umpired by a gentleman. I don't know his name at all, and I don't know what teams it was. But what I do recall is it happened last week, and according to the software and like the strike zone, the computerized strike zone. The guy missed one call. That's it. Every other pitch he called correctly, either a ball or a strike. And the very first pitch of the game was the one that he missed. And it was barely touching the strike zone. Barely. And he called it a ball. That is an example of exceptional officiating. That, you know what? Next week's episode, I'm going to find out this guy's name and we're going to applaud him. I don't care.
He's going to be your person of the week.
But I don't know if he's Canadian. I doubt he's Canadian. And he's definitely, it wasn't a Blue Jays because they're all idiots.
I was just going to say, because there was some pitches in like previous games that were definitely balls and they called strike on Blue Jays.
Or another one. There was like one that literally went down the very middle of the box and they called it a ball.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, wait, are we watching what? Wait, what? Are we watching the same game?
Is it opposite day?
Yeah. Like, in that case, hitting him in the face with a pitch and he's striked out. Like, no, that was just I'll figure out. I'll research his name for next week and I'll make sure to give him an honorable mention that episode, because that was impressive. Just one single call missed. Like, I'm not expecting perfection by any means by any official. I'm expecting competency, which I believe it's like, to be the best of the best, you got to have like, what is it? Doctors need to have like 90 to 95% stuff. I don't expect umpires or referees to be doctors, but I definitely expect them to get more than like 50% of the calls.
No, that's true.
But yeah, that was incredible. 99.7% of the calls correct, and it's just because he missed the very first pitch of the game. What an absolute baller, dude. Absolute baller. Anyways, that's a terrible segue, but we're going to keep with it. The Blue Jays, not a bad week. 4 games in a row so far, knocking on wood. They won the last 2 games against the Sox, and then they won the first 2 games against the Astros. Tomorrow, Sunday, the day we do the editing, there'll be another game they play. At the moment of recording, they're first in the AL East. Obviously, it is barely the start of the season, so it's like, don't look into it too much. But the first few games, their pitching was their starting pitching was horrific.
Oh yeah,
and their bats were exceptional. And now it's completely opposite. The bats have really cooled off, but the pitching has gone really good. Like, did you see the other game by Gausman?
Yes.
Unreal, man. Oh, yeah. Unreal performance by him. Yeah, did you see how Vladdy was blocked Rivera or whatever Montoyo, Charlie Montoyo? Charlie Montoyo goes to take Gausman off, like just talk to him on the bench, like, hey, good night or something, like, have a great job today. And then Vladdy gets in between. He's like, no, go away. Like, he's playing. No. And then Gausman just starts laughing. And then he throws one pitch in the top of the 9th, and he got a hit against him, so they just pulled him. Another one, Canadian closer, Jordan Romano.
Oh my God, he's been playing really well.
Yeah, he's giving me a little bit of heart attacks though recently.
Why?
Because he's had 2 men on each of his last 2 performances, but I think it's because he's overworked right now. He should have probably pitched today on the Saturday game, but he was given the night off because he needs to rest. But he has a franchise record for most consecutive saves, and he's tied for the MLB record for most saves in the first few games of an MLB season. So not bad. I mean, he's got 2 solid pitches that he goes with, and yeah, I mean, I have faith. I mean, last 2 games, even with a couple men on, he was able to find a way. And then our defense has stepped up too. I'm thinking the Saturday game today in particular, Vladdy Guerrero just completely catches a line drive going just above his head, catches it, and then taps out on first, and there's the ball game. Double play like that. Neither of them had none of the Houston runners or batter had anything they could have done.
Yeah.
So, which is nice because Vladdy is not known for his defense. So it was really nice to see that his defensive instinct have kicked up. But the Chapman guy, man, Chapman has been unreal for this team too. Unreal. And he got robbed of a home run the other day too, that poor guy. Completely robbed. Whatever. Still won. That's what's important.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Winning is everything in the professional leagues. Winning is everything.
Anything, really.
No, I'm saying in the professional leagues for sure.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm not going to go up to a U10 team that you're coaching soccer and they're just they're little Timbits and having fun.
Start them young, and then they'll focus on themselves improving, and then they can make it to pro instead of, good job everybody, we lost 10-1, but you did great. No. Participation ribbons, yeah. No. I'm more of a just win and improve if you don't win. Just focus on yourself. Focus on
fair enough. But yeah, okay.
But yeah,
professional leagues.
Definitely. Yeah.
I still believe that they need one starting pitcher and one more bullpen arm, but like a high end bullpen arm. The bats are there, I think, man. Like, maybe if they can go to the deadline and, like, get, like, a short-term kind of guy just to be, like, the extra, like, DH
like
or...
DH, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a universal DH now, I think, right? There's no pitchers that are batting anymore in the NL.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
but even then, the entire playoffs will get a DH.
Oh, yeah.
And Vladdy's shown that he can play first base. George Springer, hopefully, like, he doesn't get hurt again and everything, and he's able to, like, play outfield because... Yeah, or we get a position player that can, be a good bat for us. Like, but then I'm also thinking, like, which position would you take out? But it's because Teoscar Hernandez is injured too. Like, with Teoscar Hernandez, we'd have 1 through 7 that are, like, exceptional bats, man. Just, I don't know. And Espinal's playing white. Like, this is a great Blue Jays team to watch. Like, this is very, very exciting. I just watched the game for, like, a half hour today. I didn't mean to yawn as I was saying I watched the game because it was not a boring game at all. That was a great game. It was awesome to watch. And they're close games too. Like, that's giving you a heart attack almost, but it's good baseball for you to, like, get used to winning these one run games now because you got to, that's what's going to happen in the postseason eventually.
Yep.
And we're still months away from that. So these guys have a lot to learn still. Still a very young team. So I'm really excited for the future of what this Blue Jays team is going to do this year. And my prediction I'm going to remind everybody every week, I predicted them to make it to the World Series. That was my bold prediction. It wouldn't be much of a bold prediction if it happened like 2 weeks ago if I made the prediction, or even now. But I made it one. It was a bold prediction.
Yep.
I would just like to point that out.
You did.
Moving on to maybe another Canadian team. This team that has exceeded our expectations so far this year.
Very much so, yeah.
And now, would you like to talk about the team or the individual first?
Let's talk about the individual. He deserves it.
Scotty freaking Barnes.
Yep.
Third Raptor in history to win Rookie of the Year. Great performance. He barely beat out the second place guy, though. Barely. But he ended up winning Rookie of the Year.
Did you see how he got informed that he won Rookie of the Year?
No.
So basically, they were having practice, and they brought out like a screen or something, and it had a video of Vince Carter talking to Scotty Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end, he basically told him that you won Rookie of the Year, and all his teammates just started jumping on him and celebrating. It was a pretty cool video. You should watch.
I'll watch it. Cool, thank you. Yeah, maybe send it to me and I'll take a peek at it.
Yeah,
but yeah, buddy, listen, that guy he's had an unreal year. He's only gonna get better.
Definitely.
And then I guess this is a perfect segue to the team. Like our biggest issue and gripe with the team is they don't have a legitimate superstar like a Joel Embiid or Kawhi Leonard or even Jimmy Butler. Even, you know what I mean? Or Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, Scotty Barnes might be able to become that type of player.
If he improves, definitely. Yeah.
As long as, like, Pascal Siakam, Freddie Van Vliet, OG Anunoby, as long as, like, our core group of guys is able to, like, build around him properly and, like, surround him with, like, the veteran leadership that he needs to develop properly, he should be able to develop. That all being said, this team, the fact that they didn't get swept is pretty nice, especially with how many injuries they were battling at the first round. The second it was announced that Gary Trent Jr. and Scotty Barnes and Fred VanVleet were all injured, like, zero chance. Like, they should have gotten swept by 30 points every single game. But I think that just speaks volumes about how good of a coach Nick Nurse is, really. So, yeah, I mean,
I've heard there's, like, multiple teams trying to get
The Lakers are trying to get him too, man.
think,
Like,
yeah.
it's like, whatever. Everybody wants Nick Nurse. I'm really hoping he stays because
I really
he
hope
is
stays
such
too, yeah.
such a crucial part, man. Such a crucial part for this Raptors team and like for basketball in Canada. Like, he's the coach of the Canadian national team. Like, you really think he's going to leave the Raptors when he's a coach of the Canadian national team? I mean, unless he's going to go coach his hometown team, which I don't even know where he's from. Like, so it's like, maybe he's from, everyone's from LA, actually. He's probably from LA, let's be real. But I don't know, like, do you even want to go and coach LeBron James? Like, the guy runs his own team.
Honestly, I would just stay. Like, if you're coaching really well, like Nick Nurse is with the Raptors, stay for another championship, and then you can just go wherever, I guess.
If he can win the Raptors another championship, he has to go down as great. Like, first off, I actually already think he's probably going to go down as one of the greatest Raptors coaches of all time.
Yeah.
If he wins another one, there's no question. He's the best that's ever coached the Raptors. And, yeah, I mean, he's going to get some wins. This is a good regular season team. They just need to get more depth around him. And I believe in Bobby Webster and Masai Ujiri to be able to do that. There's no question. So, I mean, yeah, realistically, by the time this is up, the Raptors would have already played against Philly. And it's a big, big challenge for them to win in Philly. So, I mean, obviously, I'm hoping the Raptors come back and win. They got under Joel Embiid's skin today. So, I'm hoping, you know, especially with Fred VanVleet being injured half the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a positive. The fact that they won with VanVleet injured, that was a huge, huge, huge one. And then the last game they lost, it was, you know, to a buzzer beater in the end.
But they're keeping it close.
They're keeping it close. I mean, in the bubble, when they played against the Celtics, they were down, was it 3-1 and came back for Game 7, I think, or it was close. Like, I don't know if they actually came back all the way or not, but like they were in the games and battling hard, you know. So yeah, Raptors draft well, develop well, and maybe, I don't know if a trade will be good because they don't have enough pieces to give away, but maybe sign a free agent, get him in here, get some depth.
That's a good one, yeah.
Because right now we only have 6 players that play consistently, maybe 7, and then you can't win basketball. You can't win in the playoffs with that. When the Raptors won the championship, they had 10 guys that would throw on. Like, easy. Everybody was so rested and all that stuff. Maybe not 10, like 8 or 9 or something.
But still, like a good portion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. Anyways, moving on. Let's just talk about some hockey now.
Sure.
Cool. So I guess our midweek episode is going to be our next 2 midweek episodes. The first one's going to be previewing the Eastern Conference playoffs picture. We're probably not going to give you exact like matchups. We know of 2, like a couple of the seeds that are pretty much guaranteed already, but we don't know anything else apart from like nothing for certain at least. Mm-hmm. So we'll just tell you who we think is going to make it out of the first round, I guess, and then probably we'll give you our favorites of the East.
Yeah.
And then the next week we'll do the West because the West is still up in the air. The wild card teams have not yet clinched, as well as the third team in the Pacific is not yet clinched at the moment of recording. So, but that's gonna change really quick because LA just needs one more win, and that's it. And then one more win and they're in. And Vancouver and Vegas just have to lose. Vancouver and Vegas have to win out, and LA has to lose every single game. And that's the only way they're going to make it into the third spot in the Pacific. I did the math earlier today. Yeah, 6 points back with 4 games left.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unlikely. But we'll see. Knock on wood. They still have a chance to catch up to Dallas and Nashville because Edmonton beat Dallas recently too. That was a big hindrance on them. So, one thing I want to talk about is the Oiler legend. Ben Stelzler.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 8-0-0 with Ben in the building. I think Oilers should be giving him the, season tickets.
Season tickets for life.
Tickets to every single game for the playoffs.
Definitely.
Even bring him on the road if they can.
Bring him on the road.
Hopefully the kid's health is okay to do that.
I don't think he'll be able to go on the road, but...
Listen, man, first off, that kid and that family are absolute Edmonton legends already. Let's not even question it. The kid, unbelievable. The strength that the kid has to be able to attend these games in the first place, unreal.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell the effect that he has on this team. The players love Ben.
The fans
love Ben. The fans are obsessed with Ben.
Yeah.
And the fact that the fans like you in this city means you're pretty damn good. So good on you, Ben, man. Because this is an awful fan base.
I think I even saw... Yeah, that's true. I even saw a video on... a video or a picture on Twitter of him autographing jerseys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People are obsessed with Ben in this city. It's incredible. It's our... what was the girl's name that was at for the Blues?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I
Layla.
forgot her name. Layla?
Layla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben is our Layla. That's incredible. That is incredible. The kid, first off, he is an inspiration, man. He's such an inspiration to this team. Like the fact that the kid is fighting so hard and just doing everything he can to like be there for the boys. Like, come on, like you're not gonna work harder. You're not gonna not work harder and like give everything you got because it's like, man, I'm just pumped. 8-0-0.
And even,
was that one
even
of his
the last game too? Like yesterday's game, I think, or Friday's game versus Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Always played well against Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Always super close. And then this last game, 5-2, with an Evander Kane hat trick.
It ended up 6-3, but yeah.
Oh yeah, 5-2. Why did I say 5-2? Yeah.
Well,
6-3.
it was 5-2 at one point.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah. No, but still, like we just beat Colorado by a lot.
6-3,
So.
yeah. And missing Jesse Puljujärvi, who we can't understate how important of a player he is for this team. So, which is nice. So it clinched a playoff berth for Edmonton. It didn't necessarily clinch the second place in the Pacific quite yet, but it has clinched playoffs. So now at that point, we know Vegas and Vancouver can't catch up to us. So the absolute worst that we'll ever finish is third in the Pacific now. The absolute worst that we'll finish, which makes me happy we stay within the Pacific, so that's good.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I'd like to have home ice advantage against LA. That would be nice. And honestly, I maybe I'm like jumping the gun a little bit here, but I am hoping
Probably.
I'm hoping that the playoff race stays the same that it is now. I don't care about second and third in the Central. I would actually rather the Blues finish second and Minnesota third, just to give Minnesota a tougher way to the conference finals. But if it stays the way it is, Calgary would be playing against Nashville, and Colorado will be playing against Dallas. Okay, Nashville beats Calgary. I'm saying it right now. Nashville beats Calgary.
Yeah, I said last week. Yeah, Nashville. I can see beating Calgary for sure.
Calgary is the best built team for the playoffs in the regular season. Like they just did it. Like physical, gritty type of hockey. They've been playing playoff hockey since game 1 of the regular season.
Basically, yeah.
100%. Exceptional goaltending. The defense, really solid. Except Johnny Gaudreau and all of the Tkachuk and Monahan and all of them, they hide during the playoffs. Like they're not there. And I think Nashville can put up a really big test against them. I like Nashville's chances against Calgary more than I actually like Edmonton's chances against Calgary, to be completely honest with you. And I really like Edmonton's chances against Nashville. And I like Edmonton's chances against LA. So, do you think this is the year that a Canadian team makes it to the final again? Like, do you think it's 2 years in a row that we have a Canadian team in the final?
It would have to be coming from the West. Because I don't think...
Yeah, no, Toronto's not winning the first round.
I don't think they'll beat whoever they play.
They're likely playing against Tampa. But we'll talk about that in the midweek.
Yeah. But it would have to be coming from the West. And if what we're saying actually comes true, where Nashville beats Calgary, I can see the Oilers, I'll say 70% make it to the finals. If everything works out the way it does.
Well, this is the ideal path, okay? This is the ideal path for Edmonton. So, first round against LA.
Yeah.
Okay. Second round against Nashville, because Nashville beats Calgary.
Yeah.
Third round against Colorado. I think the Edmonton Oilers can beat Colorado in the playoffs.
I can see that. I was just thinking...
You're probably thinking Dallas, but that would be a Cinderella run. Or even the Blues. No, I am not wanting to play Mini. They destroyed us all season.
No, I'm saying Mini will... I'm seeing Mini go into the conference finals.
But I'm telling you my ideal path for the Oilers, the ideal matchups.
Yeah.
I'm saying Obviously, the ideal one would really be Dallas, but that's not happening. I'm thinking of a realistic, and I honestly think Edmonton, Colorado will be an exceptional Western Conference final. That being said, I don't know who beats Florida. Actually, Edmonton beat Florida in Florida this year. So maybe. There's a dream. Especially when we have Ben in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when we have Ben in the building. Listen, man. This is a team with two of the best players in the world. Unfortunately, I don't think either of them wins the Hart this year. I think that goes to either Huberdeau, Matthews, or Shesterkin.
I'd rather see Huberdeau get it than Matthews.
Yep. I would rather see, I would rather see Vladimir Putin get it than Matthews. Honestly, I don't need Toronto fans to be even more obnoxious than they already are. That being said, Matthews having an exceptional year.
Oh yeah,
exceptional scoring and everything. But
what about Gaudreau?
No.
No.
No. See, so this is my issue. Like, I think Huberdeau should get it. Okay?
Huberdeau should.
I think Huberdeau should get it. But this is why. Like, McDavid shouldn't get it because Leon Draisaitl's right there in points. Okay. Matthews shouldn't get it because Marner's right there in points. Gaudreau shouldn't get it because Tkachuk's right there in points. Huberdeau doesn't have anybody with him that high. I don't even think in the top 10.
No, I don't think.
If that's the argument that these incompetent fans and like media people are going to go up with, then sure, okay, go with that. But at the end of the day, McDavid's likely going to win the Art Ross, or not the Art Ross, the Art Ross is the scoring title. He's likely going to win the Art Ross. He likely gets, I don't know if Ted Lindsay goes to McDavid this year because Matthews did score 50 goals in 50 games. So, but maybe. McDavid's still the best player in the world. Like, there's no question about that. But the parity amongst the elite and the top level talent in this league is up there. You know,
I was just really looking at where Huberdeau's teammate is in like the standings. Mm-hmm. Barkov is 18th.
So not even in the top 15. Yeah, so Huberdeau's having an unreal individual season,
I would definitely see it.
Plus, unlikely the President's Trophy winning Florida Panthers. He's an integral part in the best team in the league. I do think that has to be a big part of it, right? I think Huberdeau should win the Art Ross, and it's nice. I mean, I have him on my fantasy team, so.
Yes, you do.
Yep, I crushed it. Crushed it for $6 million. Oh my god, McKinnon too. Oh my god, Huberdeau and McKinnon. Yep. What you got for McDavid? I know, I'm the best.
He was just right there, and I had to take McDavid.
I mean,
you can't pass up on McDavid.
I would have taken McDavid first overall too. I'll be straight up with you. You can't ever pass on McDavid.
Yeah, you can't pass up.
Even
if
he had $81 million as salary and it's an $82 million cap, I would have still taken McDavid. Yeah, I got Papa Bush too. Very excited for Papa Bush. Yeah, he's having a really good year too. Hey, really solid season. Offensively for sure. Defensively still not great, but
he's learning.
They're doing better. I like him and the Keith pairing.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was going to be a gong show to start the year, to be completely honest with you. But actually, did we talk about the Nurse injury?
No.
Like, that's bad. If the Oilers lose Nurse, that is awful. That is our number one defenseman out. And that's not good for anyone, any team, especially the Oilers, whose defense is not our strong point. So, hopefully he comes back. I mean, we play against Columbus next, so it's like...
I would say since we did clinch, just... You want
to clinch the second seed. No, you want to clinch the second seed.
But I'm saying, like, if he's still hurt, don't rush him. Just keep him for the playoffs. Yeah.
Fair. Like, rest him up a little bit. Yeah. I still think we can clinch the second seed without Nurse because we're going to play San Jose, Vancouver, and Columbus.
And I can see
with
us
Pittsburgh in the middle. So, yeah. But, like, Pittsburgh is fighting for this positioning in third. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's pretty much set that Austin Matthews will be winning the Rocket. 58 goals so far this season. Really solid. Really, really, really solid. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless Draisaitl scores like 5 goals in the next few games, that will be fantastic, you know.
And against like lower teams, I can see that happening. Do you think they will re-sign Bush to a good contract?
I hope so. Listen,
wait until the end of the ELC.
Next year, they have to. Like, they have to. Like, we can't get bridge deals anymore, man. Like, the bridge deal with Nurse screwed us.
Oh, yeah.
Right? the bridge deal. Like we don't want to sign. But then again, if you don't sign bridge deals, like you're not going to get. I think Yamo gets a bridge deal just because he hasn't proved anything yet. I don't think Bush should get a bridge deal because he's going to be an integral part to the defense.
I would say give him like a Clefbaum kind of contract.
That'd be nice. I just hope it doesn't. Same thing doesn't happen to him to Clefbaum though. That's Clefbaum retired officially. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I loved Clefbaum.
I loved him, man. But he's got to do what's best for him. So
yeah.
That's just so terrible. That's unfortunate, man. So unfortunate. It's sad, really. But oh well.
He was like the best defenseman we had in the decade of darkness.
Yeah, and he was the top four defenseman in every team in the league, pretty much. Definitely. And a top pairing in about half of them. He just never had like the number two to go with him. No, you know,
he had no one with him.
None. And like when Nurse was coming up and everything, like Nurse was just like in our last playoff run, the one where we actually won a game. He went. Nurse was third pairing. Clefbaum was first pairing, playing massive minutes with Larson. Like he was huge. So Nurse has some big shoes to fill. And Keith, this is where Keith shines. This is what Ken Holland brought Duncan Keith in for. Specifically for his playoff leadership. 1,000%. So this is where this Keith trade gets won like crazy. Because what's Caleb Jones doing right now?
I was going to say, we probably already did win the trade. It's just... Everyone just hates
everyone hates the fact that money wasn't retained. It's the money. Okay, this is where he makes that money worth it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I don't think like everyone hates Keith. It's just they hate how he. They hate
how they didn't retain any money. Yeah, because everybody in Edmonton thinks that they know more than any GM and all that kind of stuff because they play NHL 2022. Like, give me a freaking break, man. This city is so stupid. But anyways. I think that's anything else that you want to add in regards to it because we're doing our midweek episode soon about the Eastern Conference teams.
No, that's I think we're good.
Yeah, I mean the officiating was garbage again this week, but that's not story. So whatever.
We've given up on complaining about the refs. We know the refs.
So I think we're gonna, because you know what, if there's a good ref, we're gonna praise him now. I think let's go the opposite way. Let's do the opposite now. Let's be nice to them because especially that MLB ref, he deserves. He deserves.
Definitely.
Some appreciation for sure. You know what? We almost forgot about the performer of the week.
Okay.
So I would ask for you to start.
Okay.
Who is your performer of the week?
I would say because he did help us basically clinch a playoff spot last game, I'm going to say Evander Kane.
Yeah. The hat trick?
Has to be.
Has to be. Yeah.
And that definitely helped us clinch a playoff spot, and it's just lifted everybody's spirits for sure last game. And it's going to be tough this offseason because as much as like his off-ice stuff is going on with Evander Kane, I would love to see him back.
Everyone wants to re-sign him, but I genuinely don't see it happening. He's gonna deserve too much money. We can't afford it. I'd love to see it though, but I don't see it. I don't think it's realistic. But we'll see with Holland. I trust him. I literally trust him. I've trusted him from the beginning.
He gambled on not getting a goalie, which was good because there was basically no goalies left besides Fleury.
And I love this thing he did that for a segue for me because my performer of the week is Mike Smith. 2 shutouts, 4 wins. I'm piggybacking to last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you're picking my person.
Okay, whatever.
That's fine.
With the share of with Ben with our homie Ben. Yeah. But yeah, the 2 shutouts week prior, and then this week 2 big wins, like a big win against Colorado with some big saves too. Big performance by him. And our most recent game against Dallas, so unfortunate that he let in that shutout streak was just done. I was so sad by it, but whatever. Still an integral part in winning that game. So for me, I'm gonna go with the same that you had last week. It's Mike Smith, man, with an honorable mention of Ben. Okay, Ben is 8-0-0, true Oilers legend already. And I think that's about it. Like I was thinking of like Espinal for the Blue Jays because he had 2 back-to-back solo game-winning home runs. But I still think Smith it's a bigger deal. Like, our biggest worry, and rightfully so, was the goaltending, because Mike Smith was an atrocity during the middle of the season. Koskinen played pretty decently, and people forgot about how bad he was.
Yeah.
And then, whatever, man. Like, again, it's Oilers fans. They know nothing about hockey. But, sorry, the majority don't. There's some good Oilers fans out there. Yeah. Yeah, so that's... those are my performers of the week. I cheat a little bit, but I think we can make an exception for Ben.
Well, for Ben, yeah. Definitely.
Cool. Anyways,
Ben will always be the person/player of the week.
Move forever.
Forever.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening to episode 27 of the Can-Ass podcast. Tune in later on this week where we're going to release an episode titled Eastern Conference Playoff Predictions. NHL. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun.
We'll add the dun 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 part. Could you imagine? Thank you everybody for listening to our episode this week. Tune in later on this week.
Dun dun.